But here's the one big kicker that I've learned, and I specifically learned this from YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts is going to be this huge thing that's starting
Just like Reels.
February. Yes, it's just like Reels, but starting February, it's going to be the biggest thing, because it's YouTube's thing that competes with Reels and TikToks, but it's a way for them to split revenue share the same way you would on YouTube. So instead of you getting 1 million views on TikTok and getting maybe $1,000 out of it at most, you get 1 million views on a short and you're splitting that into a couple of tens of thousands of dollars. So that's going to make a lot of these viral TikTok stars jump over to these shorts and to do that kind of stuff. Now, what am I learning from shorts right now? Because you can put them out, you're just not monetizing them right now before February.
To backtrack a little, if you put them out right now,
will they get monetized? I don't know. I'm still clicking monetized in case they do allow it.
Or will you have to re-upload them?
I think they're gonna still. I think they're still gonna cycle, just like when you uploaded a reel from a year ago. It still cycles through the thing. So I think it just exists. So I don't think you need to re-upload it.
But will you get paid for the views you had before?
I think you will, because you hit monetize now on it. But that's my theory.
Interesting. That's interesting to see. You said it's January?
That's February. Now, here's what I've learned from studying shorts, right? Because it's a whole new beast that I'm trying to learn. Even though it's consumed, the content's still consumed the same way as TikTok and Reel. So it's nothing new. But I want to see how that flows your YouTube into it. So you're capturing people who is not your audience. So your audience is, your YouTube shorts are being presented to not only your audience, but the people who don't even follow you yet. And if you created a small enough, quick enough, digestible content, then you are now attracting a new form of audience. So now you are getting people subscribing to your channel strictly from a short, because you took a long formatted thing and extracted a small thing, and then you caught them with it. Maybe it's your personality, maybe it's the knowledge, maybe it's the production value, who knows? Now, what did I learn from that I would pass on to you or anybody else when you create not only shorts, but most importantly, when you do Reels and TikToks and all that stuff, and I've seen it being played out on my Instagram, is focus on the absolute shortest attention span.
So what are you saying, like 10 seconds?
When people go, well, TikTok or Instagram, you can only do 1 minute reel, and then they changed it to three minutes, like TikTok. People said, well, here's my piece of content that I'm going to recycle or create new, and then I'm going to upload it, and then boom. You didn't capture anybody's attention, so nobody watched your 3 minute thing or 2 minute thing, whatever it is. Instead, focus on in the very beginning stages with the smallest, quickest content. Like,
are you talking about for the shorts?
For shorts,
or for Reels too?
Both. It applies to absolutely all of it, but I learned this through the thing of shorts. Is if you start getting shorts are very new right now. Yes, they've come out already for at least a year, but they're being highly like rebranded right now. So it's important that everybody starts putting out shorts. And so what you don't want to do is start putting out long formatted stuff that you're not captivating people's attention, and then therefore your shorts don't get published and promoted, right? So my rule of thumb that I've learned is put out 15-second things. If you can find a 15-second piece of content that entertains or maybe it educates, whatever it is, but you got just the nitty-gritty, the meat and potatoes of 15 seconds, that is enough for you to be successful anywhere. You'll see that translating to your Reels.
That's my problem. It's just my Reels are too long.
You're starting out and you're going like, okay, how I'm updating my, I don't want to knock on your reef. I really don't want to be mean to it. But it's like, I'm going to.
Stay away from my reef video.
We not only have a reef on the front side of the front door, but also on the back side of the door.
No, that was for the video. Also, it's a wreath, not reef.
Is it like hearth?
It's not woof. It's a wolf.
Wolf.
That's what I said. Woof.
So I think that's what so in YouTube metrics, just the regular YouTube, the waveform counts the view starting at 30 seconds. So a person has to watch your video for 30 seconds before it gets registered actually as a view. So you can click on somebody's thing and click off. They didn't get a view.
What about for a short or a reel?
I don't know about short and reel. I just signed up for their conference that they're supposed to do like a workshop on explaining what that stuff is. But on YouTube, you need 30 seconds. So what does that tell you? If that's a long formatted video and you have 30 seconds to count it a view, and then you could see a drop off. So if 100% of people, so let's say if 100 people clicked on your YouTube video, let's say on my YouTube video, 100 people, every video on average, roughly around, we've kind of tightened it up from like 67, 68%. Now we're at like 78, close to 80%. 80% of the 100 people, so 80 people, essentially 78, 80 people are sticking around past the 30-second mark, meaning that wasn't an accidental click. It wasn't something. So I had to have hooked them with the first 30 seconds to make them want to stay. If that's what you do on YouTube, imagine how much harder you have to work on a shorter form of content.
Right.
So
It's to be
30
immediate.
seconds, split that even in half. So if you're putting out a 15-second clip, that means you're supposed to put some kind of high energy, high bait within the first 5 seconds before they're out. And now, if you can successfully do that time and time again, 15 seconds at a time, you're going to get pushed and promoted. It's just,
I guess I 100% understand that, and maybe that's where I need to go. But then to like be the devil's advocate, I see a lot of videos that are longer, that are very slow, that have slow music, and I get tons and tons of views.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, they're the exception to the rule. They're not the rule. How do you have a podcast like Joe Rogan for 4-hour conversations
That's true.
and people are sticking around? That is an exception. That is not the rule. Unless you've either indexed in
But
that.
it's like we all just see the exception, and we all want to be the exception.
That's why people always think YouTube is so easy. That's why
Yeah,
people say
yeah.
like, oh, social media is so easy. It's because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And so don't think about it as like, I just have to do what they're doing. Think about it as like, how do I stand out further?
Well,
outside
I
of
guess for me, those are the videos I'm seeing is the people that are the exceptions.
You're
so
not
it bothers
studying.
me.
You're not
Yeah.
studying enough content out there. You really got to study the market and be like, okay, so why is it that Studio McGee is getting this kind of view, which she's a huge person? Shouldn't she be like in the million? How many views does she get?
I don't know.
A lot. I don't know.
Probably.
Well,
They're the exception for sure. But I guess to me, I'm seeing, I don't really compare myself obviously to like these big accounts. I'm more, I guess what frustrates me is when I see accounts with a similar following as me in the similar niche, and then seeing how well their
okay.
videos are doing and how many views, and I'm like,
So,
oh.
so we spoke about this a while ago, but, and again, I'm referencing to YouTube and you're talking to Instagram, but it's the same. It's the same analogy. So every hour, was it every hour I said? Or no, every minute. Every minute there's 600 hours of YouTube content being uploaded to YouTube. Every single minute, okay? So you're competing for people's attention. The reason she's doing well is because she's dominating those. She's stealing that attention. So you need to be able to present your content in a slightly different, a slightly more organic way that's going to make somebody want to watch Irina and not whatever.
Suzanne. But that's what I mean is like, if you are saying it needs to be like, especially reels need to be this quick attention grabbing, how come some videos that, well, and like you said, it's exception, but it's, I guess to me, I'm like, how is that working for them?
They already indexed it. They already got indexed in the thing as they're the person for this thing.
Oh, so like
And
the
YouTube
algorithm
presents
is
it.
like,
Well, the YouTube, not, and it's not that necessarily, I had to learn how to stop using terminology like the algorithm likes this. It's, you got to replace the word algorithm with people. The people got in, like, are accustomed to that person to be the dominant voice, or what's the word that I'm looking for? The authority in that field. So it's going to present their content. So on your analytics, it's going to say, so let's say I put out a video. It's going to say it got this many impressions. So it had this many opportunities to be watched on people's screens, right? And then from that, at the bottom, it'll say how much of those impressions were recommended by YouTube. And on average, my videos are roughly between like 75, 80%. And that's considered like a good video on average. So that means that YouTube knows that I'm the authority voice in my genre. So when somebody's trying to do any kind of home stuff, any kind of building, it kind of indexed it already and starts presenting my content to those people. That's why I can get away with making a 30-minute video, right, on YouTube and still have it perform well. Versus other people might complain and go like, wait, why do I have to make 6-8 minute videos, 6 to 8 minute, home renovation videos when there's this dummy who's making 30-minute videos and they do 500,000 views. It's just because I was indexed within their searchability. I have over close to 200 YouTube videos uploaded that are in the realm of DIY building and home renovation. So naturally YouTube has, like, I've kind of won their favor of going, you are an authority in this, so this is a good piece of product that's going to be promoted. Other people who have not established that, they don't have that YouTube promoting, or not even, I don't want to say promoting it, pushing it, I guess. So when somebody types in DIY, there's a reason why your name didn't put up with it, because you don't have either enough content for YouTube to be like, you've been around doing this thing long enough, or B, it's not quality piece of content that you've kind of, clickbaited a lot or something like that. But if you, in the very beginning stages, start on a shorter scale, and I did that on YouTube in the very beginning. I started with 6-minute videos and had to incrementally build my way up. You do the same thing with shorter form content. If it's a TikTok, it's a reel, it's a short, YouTube short, start with 15 seconds. Be really good about having people watch it 107, 110%. That means they watch it over and then watch it over again almost. And then after that, slowly stretch to 30 seconds. And once you get good or skillful about competing for people's attention and holding that attention, then from that, it's a cakewalk.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed, and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.